There is a quiet, profound exhaustion that comes from spending your entire life trying to take up less space. It's the silent, unpaid, full-time job of monitoring yourself. The constant, low-humming vigilance of making sure you're not too loud, not too needy, not too much, and yet, somehow, also enough. It is the subtle art of becoming a living apology. An apology for your needs, your feelings, your very presence in a room. You may have become so skilled at this that you no longer even notice the effort it takes. It feels as normal as breathing. But it is the reason you feel so tired. A weariness that sleep doesn't seem to touch. It's the weight of the unspoken words, the edited thoughts, the swallowed feelings. It's the invisible armor you wear all day, every day, just to navigate the world without causing a ripple. And the deepest paradox is that all this work to make yourself smaller, to be invisible, is the heaviest thing you carry. What if, just for tonight, you could set that weight down? What if you could grant yourself permission to simply exist, without apology and without performance? Before we begin this journey together, let's take just a quick moment. If you feel comfortable, you can write in the comments which part of this world you're listening from right now, and what time it is where you are. I'm curious if you're listening in the quiet of late night, or perhaps in the early morning hours when sleep hasn't come yet. Just leave a word or two, and then settle in. Because this time right now, is entirely yours. There is nothing else you need to do, nowhere else you need to be. Now, let your attention come away from the screen and turn inward. Let yourself arrive fully in this space. Feel the surface beneath you holding you up completely. The mattress, the cushions, the floor. There is nothing for you to do to be held. You are already supported. Gravity is doing all the work. Allow the weight of your body to truly surrender to that support. Let your bones feel heavy, your muscles soft. Let's begin to gently check in on that armor you've been wearing. Bring your awareness first to your jaw. Without needing to change anything, just notice. Is it clenched? Is your tongue pressed against the roof of your mouth? This is where we hold the words we are afraid to say. For now, just allow a little space to form between your top and bottom teeth. Let your tongue fall away from the roof of your mouth, resting softly. Give this area permission to go slack, to be at ease. It has been on guard for long enough. Now, bring that same gentle awareness to your shoulders. Notice where they are. Are they pulled up towards your ears, braced for impact? Are they rounded forward, trying to protect your heart? This is where we carry the weight of our responsibilities and the burden of other people's expectations. On your next exhale, imagine that weight just melting away. Feel your shoulders release their grip, dropping down and away from your ears. Feel the space that opens up across your chest, a space for your heart to breathe. Let them feel heavy, resting fully. They don't need to carry the world tonight. And now, let your attention drift down to your stomach, your solar plexus. This is a place where we often hold so much tension, so much fear, a tightness that says, I'm not safe. Just notice the sensation there. Is it tight, knotted, uneasy? You don't need to force it to relax. Simply breathe into that space. Imagine your breath is warm, golden light, and as you breathe in, this light gently surrounds any tightness. And as you breathe out, you just give that tightness permission to soften, even just 1%. You are creating a safe space inside of yourself, a sanctuary where, for these next moments, nothing is required of you. You don't have to be anyone. You don't have to prove anything. You only have to be here, breathing. This space is yours. This quiet is yours. This moment of peace is yours. Tonight, we are not going to wage a war against shame. We are not here to fight it, to banish it, or to pretend it doesn't exist. Fighting with it only makes it stronger, louder. It feeds on the struggle. Instead, we are proposing something far more radical, far more gentle. We are going to get curious about it. We are going on a journey, not of battle, but of understanding. Think of shame as a very old, very frightened part of you. A part that learned, long ago, that its job was to keep you small, in order to keep you safe, to ensure you would still belong. It has been working tirelessly in the shadows of your mind, trying to protect you in the only way it knows how. It whispers those painful stories. You are not enough. Something is wrong with you. Because it truly believes those stories will prevent you from being rejected or abandoned. It's a misguided protector, a fearful guardian. So tonight, our intention is not to cast this part out, but to finally turn towards it with a little bit of kindness. We are here to listen to its story, to understand its origins, and to gently let it know that its service is no longer needed in this way. We are here to offer ourselves the compassion that we have so often and so freely given to others, but have consistently denied to ourselves. This is not a journey of fixing. There is nothing in you that is broken. This is a journey of coming home, a journey of remembering the unshakable wholeness that has always been there, waiting patiently beneath the noise of shame. And it all begins with this simple, courageous act of turning inward, of choosing to listen, and of allowing yourself to be held in a space of complete and unconditional acceptance, right here, right now. You have already taken the hardest step just by being here. Now, all that is left to do is rest and let the gentle process of understanding unfold. Now, with that intention of gentle curiosity, let's bring our awareness into the landscape of the body. For a moment, let go of the stories, the memories, the reasons why. Let's just become deeply interested in the pure physical sensation of this feeling we call shame. It has a signature, a physical fingerprint that it leaves in your cells, a language it speaks without words. Where in your body does it live? For many of us, the first place we feel its echo is in the chest and the stomach. Gently guide your attention there now, to the very center of you. What do you notice? Perhaps it feels like a weight, a heavy, dense pressure sitting right on your sternum, making it feel a little harder to take a full, deep breath. It's not a sharp pain, necessarily, but a constant dull presence, an invisible stone that you've carried for so long, you may have forgotten what it feels like to be without it. Just for a moment, notice its shape, its texture, its temperature, as if you were a neutral scientist observing a natural phenomenon. There is no need to push it away. We are just getting acquainted. For others, it might manifest as a tightness, a clenching deep in the solar plexus, just below the ribs, a knot of tension that seems to hold the story of every time you felt exposed, misunderstood, or judged. It's the body's way of bracing itself, of trying to become smaller, less of a target, trying to protect the soft, vulnerable organs within. Can you feel that subtle contraction? Again, just observing. No judgment. This is simply information from your wise body. And for some, shame arrives as heat, a sudden flush that rises up the neck and spreads across the face, even when no one is looking. even here in the dark. It's the body's primal blush response, the deep, instinctual desire to become invisible at the very moment you feel most intensely seen. You might feel a warmth behind your eyes or on your cheeks. This is the raw energy of shame, and your body is simply and innocently expressing it. It is not wrong. It is not bad. It is a physiological response to a powerful emotion. Whatever you feel, be it heaviness, tightness, heat, or perhaps even a cold, hollow, aching emptiness in the pit of your stomach, just allow it to be here. You are the kind, spacious awareness that is noticing this sensation. You are creating a safe space for it to be felt, perhaps for the very first time, without the need for it to immediately disappear. Now, let's notice how this feeling affects the rest of your body's posture, its very way of being in the world. Pay close attention to your breath. Is it flowing freely and deeply down into your belly? Or is it shallow, caught high in your chest? Perhaps you notice you are holding it all together. So often, when we feel the first twinge of shame, the first thing we do is unconsciously hold our breath. It's a subtle attempt to freeze time, to stop the feeling from getting any bigger or moving through us. A held breath is a held emotion. It's as if some part of us believes that if we don't breathe, we won't have to feel. It's a way of saying no to the present moment. Tonight, you don't have to hold it any longer. You don't have to stop the feeling. See if you can gently invite the breath to move again. Not a big, forced breath, but just a small, easy inhale and a long, slow, gentle exhale. You are simply allowing the air to flow again, in and out. Each exhale is a tiny signal to your nervous system that you are safe enough to let go. Just a little, safe enough to feel. And notice the subtle pull in your muscles. Is there an urge to curl inward, to make yourself smaller, to round your shoulders and protect your heart? This is the physical posture of shame. It's an ancient survival instinct, the impulse of an animal trying to make itself look non-threatening to the pack. You can feel this urge even while lying perfectly still in your bed. The desire to pull your knees toward your chest, to fold in on yourself and disappear. And what about your gaze? Even with your eyes closed, where is your inner vision directed? Shame makes us want to look down and away. We feel we cannot meet the world's gaze, or even our own, when we feel unworthy. Notice if there's a sense of wanting to hide your face, to avert your inner eye from seeing yourself. All of these are the intricate physical ways your body holds this story. It has been trying to protect you, using the only language it has, the language of tension, heat, and retreat. It is not your enemy. It is a loyal friend with an outdated strategy. And here, in this quiet space of noticing, can we just take a moment to acknowledge the sheer exhaustion of it all? To carry this weight on your chest, to hold this tension in your stomach, to manage this heat in your face, to constantly hold your breath, to live your life in a subtle, perpetual cringe, braced for the next judgment from outside or from within. It is profoundly, deeply tiring. This is not the kind of tiredness that a good night's sleep can simply erase. It's a soul-level weariness. It's the fatigue that comes from the relentless, internal work of self-monitoring, self-criticizing, and self-containing. Think of the immense amount of life force, of pure energy that is consumed by this process every single day. The energy it takes to hold your jaw tight when you want to speak your truth. The energy it takes to hold your shoulders braced against criticism. the energy it takes to analyze every social interaction for signs of your own failure. This is the hidden, unpaid, full-time job of shame. It is a constant, low-grade drain on your entire system. It's why you might feel utterly depleted after a day with no apparent challenges. The biggest challenge was happening inside of you. You have been carrying a heavy, invisible coat in the heat of summer and wondering why you always feel so drained and overheated. Tonight, we are simply acknowledging the existence of this coat. We are feeling its undeniable weight on our shoulders. And in this simple acknowledgement, there is a profound validation. Your exhaustion is real. It is not imagined. It is not a sign of weakness or failure. On the contrary, it is a testament to your incredible strength and resilience. It is the receipt for just how hard you have been working for so long to survive and to cope in a world that taught you that you were somehow wrong. You have been carrying a burden that was never truly yours to carry, and it has cost you your peace, your energy, your vitality. So let yourself feel the truth of that exhaustion now. Let it wash over you without resistance. The deep, aching tiredness of trying so very hard. You don't have to fight it anymore tonight. You can let the ground hold you completely. You can let the weariness be here, because acknowledging the weight is the very first step toward finally, gently setting it down. As the body begins to soften, even just a little, we can now turn our gentle awareness to the mind, not to the thinking, analytical mind that tries to solve problems, but to the deeper, quieter space of listening. Shame is not just a physical sensation, it has a voice, or rather, a collection of voices. Whispers that have been playing in the background of your consciousness for so long, they have become the soundtrack to your life. Tonight, we are not going to argue with these voices. We are not going to debate them or try to prove them wrong. That only gives them more energy. Instead, we are simply going to notice them, to listen as if we were a compassionate witness hearing a story for the first time. So, let your mind become very still and just listen. What are the familiar phrases that echo in the quiet moments? Perhaps you hear the quiet, persistent whisper of, "I am not enough, not smart enough, not attractive enough, not successful enough, not good enough." It's a feeling of fundamental lack, a sense that you started the race of life several paces behind everyone else and have been trying to catch up ever since. This voice compares you relentlessly to others, always finding you wanting. It points out every perceived flaw, every mistake, every shortcoming, and presents it as evidence of your inherent inadequacy. Just notice that voice. See it for what it is, a familiar, habitual thought pattern. Or perhaps the voice you hear is the opposite, yet comes from the same source. I am too much, too loud, too sensitive, too emotional, too needy. This is the voice that tells you to shrink, to tone it down, to take up less space. It's the fear that your authentic self, with all its messy, beautiful, human feelings, is overwhelming to others. It's the voice that makes you edit your own joy, temper your own passion, and apologize for your own needs. It convinces you that to be loved, you must be a smaller, neater, more convenient version of yourself. Listen for that whisper. Acknowledge its presence without getting caught in its story. And for so many of us, the deepest and most painful voice is the one that simply says, "There is something wrong with me." This is the core belief of toxic shame. It's not about something you did wrong, but something you are wrong. A fundamental flaw at the center of your being. This voice can be so pervasive, so subtle, that it colors every experience. A success is just a lucky break, soon to be exposed. A moment of happiness is fraught with the anxiety that it won't last. A compliment feels fraudulent. This voice is the ultimate imposter syndrome, not just about your skills, but about your very soul. It creates a feeling of being an alien, a defective model, somehow separate from the rest of humanity who seem to have received the instruction manual for life that you never got. Just let that thought, that feeling, be here. Something is wrong with me. See it, hear it, and for now, do nothing but notice it. The most important shift we can make tonight is to begin to see these thoughts not as absolute truths, but simply as stories. Imagine you are lying on a soft patch of grass, looking up at a vast blue sky. This sky is your true nature, your deep, unchanging awareness. It is calm, spacious, and inherently peaceful. And every so often, a cloud drifts by. One cloud might be dark and heavy, shaped like the thought, I am not enough. Another might be wispy and gray, shaped like, I am too much. A big stormy cloud might thunder, something is wrong with me. In the past, you may have believed that you were the cloud. When the storm cloud appeared, you became the storm. You felt its darkness, its turbulence, its heavy rain as your very identity. But what if you are not the cloud? What if you are the sky? The sky doesn't fight the clouds. It doesn't try to push them away or argue with them. It doesn't cling to the sunny, clear moments and dread the cloudy ones. The sky simply allows the clouds to be what they are, temporary, passing weather formations. It holds them within its vast, accepting embrace, knowing that they are not the sky itself. They are just visitors passing through. Can you try this right now? As one of those familiar thoughts of shame arises, see it as a cloud drifting across the sky of your awareness. You can name it gently. There is the not good enough cloud. Or, I see the too much cloud passing by. This simple act of noticing and naming creates a little bit of space. In that space, there is freedom. You begin to disidentify from the thought. The thought is happening, yes, but it is not the totality of who you are. You are the vast, silent, peaceful sky that is witnessing the thought. This is not about denying the pain the cloud brings. A thunderstorm can be intense, but the sky is never harmed by the storm. It remains whole, vast, and untouched before, during, and after the storm passes. Your awareness is that sky. It is your safe harbor. And as we watch these clouds, these stories, float by, we can begin to get curious about where they came from. Realize this: these are not your original thoughts. You were not born believing you were flawed. No baby enters the world thinking, I am not enough. These are old, recorded messages. They are like tracks on a cassette tape that was placed in your mind long ago by people and experiences that most likely didn't know any better. Perhaps it was a parent who was critical because they themselves were afraid. Perhaps it was a teacher who shamed you for a mistake. Perhaps it was the cruelty of other children on the playground. Perhaps it was a culture that constantly showed you images of an impossible perfection you could never live up to. For whatever reason, these messages were recorded, and the tape has been playing on a loop ever since. The voice of shame sounds like your own voice, but it is an echo. It is the internalized voice of past pain, past judgment, past fear. It's a ghost from your history, haunting the present moment. And tonight, we are not trying to erase the tape. We are simply becoming aware that we are listening to a recording. We are noticing the hiss and crackle of an old, worn-out cassette. By recognizing it as a recording, we rob it of its power. A recording can't hurt you. It's just sound waves, old energy. When you hear the voice whisper, "You are so flawed," you can now gently say to yourself, "I am hearing an old recording." This is the shame tape playing again. This is not denial. This is profound clarity. You are separating the past from the present. You are realizing that the voice you thought was the narrator of your life is actually just a character from a previous chapter. You are the author of your story now. And the first step to writing a new chapter is to simply recognize the old one for what it is. A story that has been told, a song that has been sung, a recording that has played itself out. And in the silence between the tracks, a new sound can finally begin to emerge. The quiet, steady, peaceful sound of your own true voice. As we sit with these feelings, these stories, it is so easy to feel completely and utterly alone in them. The very nature of shame is isolating. It convinces you that you are the only one who feels this way, that your flaws are unique and uniquely terrible. It builds invisible walls around you, creating the painful illusion that you are on the inside, looking out at a world full of confident, well-adjusted people who have it all figured out. But tonight, let's gently pull back the curtain on that illusion. Let's talk about where this powerful emotion actually comes from. Shame is not a personal failing. It is a universal human emotion. It is wired into our DNA, a piece of ancient software designed for one primary purpose: to keep us connected to our tribe. For our ancestors, tens of thousands of years ago, being part of a group was not a lifestyle choice. It was a matter of life and death. Banishment from the tribe meant certain death from starvation or predators. So, the brain evolved a powerful internal alarm system to prevent this from happening. That alarm system is shame. Its job was to create a deeply unpleasant, painful feeling whenever we did something that might risk our belonging, violating a social norm, failing in a significant way, or appearing weak. That hot flush, that desire to hide, was a biological signal screaming, "Warning, your connection to the group is at risk. Correct your behavior immediately to ensure your survival." In that context, shame was a brilliant, life-saving adaptation. It helped us learn the rules of our community, develop empathy, and maintain the social cohesion necessary for our species to thrive. The problem is not that you feel shame. The problem is that for many of us, this ancient alarm system has become hypersensitive. It has grown far too powerful. The dial has been turned up to 10, and now it goes off for everything. It rings loudly, not just when we make a major mistake, but when we speak up in a meeting, when we feel our clothes don't look right, when we say no to someone, or even just for having needs and feelings of our own. Your internal guardian has become an overzealous tyrant, seeing threats to your belonging in every shadow, in every interaction. It's like a smoke detector that goes off every time you make toast. The system itself is not broken. It's just calibrated incorrectly, triggered by past experiences that taught it that your safety and belonging were constantly in jeopardy. So, when that wave of shame washes over you, see if you can remember this. This feeling is not proof of your defectiveness. It is the echo of an ancient survival instinct, working overtime to try and keep you safe. And here's a truth I want you to let sink deep into your bones tonight. You are not alone in this feeling, not even close. Right now, in this very moment, as you are lying here listening, there are millions, literally millions, of other people around the world lying awake with this exact same feeling. In bustling cities and quiet countrysides, across continents and oceans, there are souls wrestling with the same whispers you hear. Someone is staring at their ceiling, replaying a conversation from today, cringing at something they said, convinced they sounded foolish. Someone else is feeling the heavy weight of not living up to their family's expectations, feeling like a perpetual disappointment. There is a new parent, feeling overwhelmed and exhausted, secretly believing they are failing at the one thing that's supposed to come naturally. There is a talented artist, paralyzed by the fear that their work isn't good enough, that they are a fraud. There is someone grieving who feels ashamed of their sadness, believing they should be over it by now. They are all feeling that same heat, that same tightness in the chest, that same story of something is wrong with me. They too believe they are the only one. Shame thrives in secrecy and silence. It wants you to believe your struggle is a solo journey, but it is a shared human story. It is one of the most common, unspoken burdens of our time. The perfectionism we see on social media, the relentless pressure to succeed, the cultural messages that we should always be happy and productive. All of these things are fertile ground for shame to grow. We live in a world that is constantly, quietly telling us we are not enough as we are. Is it any wonder so many of us feel this way? So, imagine for a moment that you could feel the presence of all these other people, not in a sad way, but in a way that feels like quiet solidarity, a silent, global community of hearts who understand this ache intimately. You are part of a vast, unseen tribe of sensitive, caring people who just want to be loved and to belong, and who are afraid they've gotten it wrong. Your struggle doesn't isolate you. It connects you to the very heart of the human experience. You are not on the outside looking in. You are right in the middle of it, just like everyone else. So let this next thought land as gently as a feather. Your feelings are not a sign that you are broken. They are a sign that you are human. Let's repeat that and really let it in. Your feelings are not a sign that you are broken. They are a sign that you are human. To feel shame is to have a working human nervous system. It means you have the capacity to care about your connections with others. It means you have a conscience. It means you are wired for belonging. The pain you feel is not the problem. The story you tell yourself about the pain is the problem. The story that says this feeling means you are uniquely flawed is the lie. The truth is that this feeling is a part of the universal palette of human emotion, as normal as joy, as natural as sadness, as common as fear. Think of it this way. If you touch a hot stove, you feel pain. That pain is not a sign that your hand is broken. It is a sign that your nervous system is working perfectly, sending you a vital signal to protect you from harm. Shame is like that. It's a painful signal, designed to get your attention. The message has just gotten distorted over time. The original message was, pay attention to your connection with the tribe. But through painful life experiences, it has morphed into, you are bad and unworthy of the tribe. Tonight, we are learning to separate the signal from the distorted story. We are honoring the feeling as a part of our human inheritance, while gently letting go of the false belief that it is the ultimate truth of who we are. You feel this way because you are a sensitive, connected human being navigating a complex world. That is not a flaw. That is a fact of your humanity. And within that shared humanity, there is no place for judgment, only for immense, gentle, and understanding compassion. Now, let's go a little deeper into this. We've acknowledged that this feeling is a universal part of being human, an ancient survival mechanism. But there's a crucial layer to understand, one that can bring an even greater sense of release. It is the profound truth that this specific, heavy, pervasive shame that you carry was never yours to begin with. It was learned. It was given to you. You were not born with it. It was placed upon you, piece by piece, experience by experience, until you came to believe it was a part of your own skin. Think back to when you were a very small child, a baby, a toddler. In your natural state, you were completely free of shame. You expressed your needs without apology. You cried when you were hungry or sad. You laughed with your whole body when you were joyful. You explored the world with wide-eyed, unapologetic curiosity. You didn't worry if your babbling was intelligent enough, or if your crawling technique was graceful. You were simply a pure expression of life force. You existed in a state of innate worthiness. You knew, on a cellular level, that you deserved love, care, and belonging, simply because you existed. That is your original blueprint. That is your factory setting. So, what happened? Where did that natural state go? It was slowly, and often unintentionally, eroded. Shame is an interpersonal emotion. It is learned in the space between people. Perhaps it began with a well-meaning parent who, out of their own anxiety, told you to be quiet, to stop crying, to not be so sensitive. To your small, developing mind, the message received was not, "My parent is stressed." The message was, "My feelings are wrong. My needs are a burden. I am too much." Or perhaps it was a teacher who shamed you in front of the class for a mistake, planting a seed of belief that to be imperfect is to be humiliated. Perhaps it was being bullied, where the message that something is wrong with you was delivered with cruel precision. Or maybe it was more subtle. Maybe you grew up in a home where certain emotions were simply not allowed, where anger was forbidden, or sadness was dismissed. You learned that, to belong, you had to cut off parts of yourself, to hide them away. And the act of hiding parts of yourself is the very definition of shame. You began to believe that the hidden parts were the bad parts. These experiences, these messages, were like tiny pebbles being placed in your pockets day after day. At first, you barely noticed the weight, but over years, those pebbles became heavy stones, and you forgot a time when you ever felt light and unburdened. Understanding this helps us see that your shame is not a personal pathology. It is a natural, intelligent response to your past experiences. It was a survival strategy. For a child whose survival depends entirely on the connection to their caregivers, conforming to their expectations is paramount. Learning to feel shame for being too loud or too emotional was a brilliant adaptation to maintain that vital connection. Hiding your authentic self felt safer than risking disapproval, disconnection, or abandonment. Shame became a shield. The belief, "something is wrong with me," was actually less terrifying for a child's mind than the belief, "my caregivers are unsafe or incapable of meeting my needs." So you took the blame. you internalized the problem. You decided, I am the one who is flawed, and if I can just fix myself, then I will be safe and loved. This was an act of profound, unconscious self-preservation. That shame you feel, it helped you survive. It was the strategy that got you through a childhood or a past experience that was confusing, overwhelming, or perhaps even dangerous. It has outlived its usefulness now. In fact, the very strategy that once protected you is now the cage that limits you. The shield you used to carry into battle has become so heavy that it now prevents you from being able to move freely, to love fully, to live authentically. But that doesn't make the shield bad. It makes it an artifact, a relic of a past journey. And tonight, we are not trying to smash this relic. We are simply examining it with respect for the role it once played. We are honoring the part of you that cleverly constructed this defense system to get you here, to this very moment, safe in your bed. We can feel a sense of gratitude for its service, even as we recognize that its service is no longer required. You are no longer that vulnerable child. You no longer need to make yourself small or hide parts of yourself to ensure your survival. You are now in a position to offer that inner child a new kind of safety, a safety that comes not from hiding, but from your own compassion and understanding. Let's use an analogy to let this settle in. Imagine that many years ago, on a cold and stormy day, someone gave you a very large, heavy, woolen coat. They told you, you must wear this at all times. The world is a cold, harsh place, and this coat will protect you. As a child, you believed them. You put on the coat. At first, it was perhaps comforting. It felt like a protective layer, but you were forced to wear it every single day in all seasons. You wore it through the spring, sweating under its weight. You wore it in the middle of a blazing summer, feeling stifled and exhausted. You wore it indoors, at parties, even to bed. Over time, you completely forgot that you were even wearing a coat. Its weight became your normal. Its constant, scratchy presence became a part of your skin. You learned to move differently to accommodate its bulk. You avoided certain activities because the coat was too cumbersome. Your whole life was shaped around this coat that you didn't even remember putting on. Now, imagine tonight is the first time in years that you have become aware of the coat. You are feeling its immense weight on your shoulders, the way it restricts your breathing, the clammy heat it traps against your skin. And most importantly, you are realizing, with dawning clarity, this coat isn't even mine. It doesn't fit me properly. Its color doesn't suit me. And most of all, it is no longer storming outside. The sun is shining. The air is warm. I do not need this level of protection anymore. The shame you carry is this coat. It was given to you by others, by circumstances, by a world that taught you that you needed this heavy, stifling protection. You have been faithfully carrying it, believing it was an integral part of you, but it is not. It is an external object that you have internalized. Just seeing it for what it is, a foreign object, a learned burden, is the beginning of liberation. You don't have to rip it off violently. For tonight, it is enough to simply see it, to acknowledge, this heaviness I feel. This is not me. This is the coat. This is the shame that was given to me. This recognition creates space. It creates the possibility that one day, perhaps even starting tonight, you can begin to gently, button by button, unfasten it and feel the fresh, clean air on your skin for the very first time. And so, here we are. We've journeyed into the body to feel the physical weight of this shame. We've listened to the old recorded stories it whispers in the mind. We've understood its ancient human origins and recognized that this specific, heavy coat of shame was given to us, not born within us. And now we arrive at a crucial turning point in our journey tonight, a moment of profound permission. For your whole life, your relationship with this feeling has likely been one of resistance. The moment it appears, every instinct you have screams, "Get away! Fix this! Numb it! Distract yourself! Push it down!" We have been taught that feelings like shame are negative, something to be overcome, defeated, or analyzed into oblivion. But what if all that struggle, all that pushing and fighting, is precisely what has kept it stuck so firmly in place? Imagine trying to hold a beach ball underwater. It takes a tremendous, constant effort. Your muscles are tense, your focus is narrowed, and you can't do anything else but hold that ball down. The moment your attention wavers, the ball shoots up to the surface with even more force. This is what we do with shame. We spend enormous amounts of energy holding it down, and in doing so, we give it a powerful, buoyant energy of its own. What we resist persists. So, tonight, we are going to try something completely different. We are going to let go. We are going to stop holding the ball underwater. We are going to grant ourselves full, unconditional permission to simply feel the ache of this shame without any agenda to fix it or make it go away. This might sound scary. The mind might protest. If I let myself feel it, I will drown in it. It will consume me. But that is just another story from the shame tape. The truth is, a feeling that is fully and compassionately felt can finally move. Energy is never static. It wants to flow. It is the dam of resistance we build that creates the immense, painful pressure. So let's make a gentle pact with ourselves, just for this moment. We are not agreeing to feel this way forever. We are just creating a small, safe window of time in which this feeling is allowed to be here. You can say to yourself, silently in your own mind, something like this: to the feeling of shame within me, you have permission to be here right now. I will not fight you. I will not run from you. For these next few minutes, you are welcome to stay. I am just going to be with you. Feel the shift that happens in your body with that simple, radical act of permission. Perhaps the tension in your jaw or your stomach softens just a fraction. You are laying down your weapons. You are calling a truce in the long, exhausting inner war. Now, let's create a truly safe space inside for this to happen. Shame is connected to the most vulnerable part of you. Think of it as a small, sensitive inner child who learned long ago that it was not safe to be seen. This child learned to hide in the darkest corners of your psyche, believing that if it was seen, it would be judged, rejected, or abandoned. All of our adult coping mechanisms, the perfectionism, the people-pleasing, the numbing behaviors, are sophisticated strategies developed by our adult selves to protect this vulnerable child and keep it hidden. So, tonight, we are going to become the safe harbor that this inner child has always been looking for. Imagine, within the vast landscape of your inner world, a quiet, peaceful room. This room is just for you. You can furnish it however you like. Perhaps it has soft cushions, warm blankets, and gentle, low light. Perhaps it has a window looking out onto a calm sea or a silent, starry night. This is your inner sanctuary. It is a place of absolute non-judgment. In this room, you are completely safe. You are completely accepted, exactly as you are. Now, gently invite that vulnerable, shame-filled part of you into this room. See if you can visualize it. It might appear as a younger version of yourself, a small child, maybe 5 or 6 years old. See how this child holds itself. Is it curled in a ball in the corner? Is it looking at the floor, unable to meet your gaze? Is it trembling slightly? This is the part of you that has been carrying the weight of all that judgment for so long. Now, here is the most important part. You are not going to ask this child to change. You are not going to tell it to cheer up or to be strong. You, as your wise, compassionate adult self, are simply going to sit down on the floor, a respectful distance away, and offer your calm, steady, loving presence. You are not there to fix this child. You are there to finally see it, to be with it, so it is no longer alone in its pain. You can project a feeling of warmth and kindness from your heart towards this child. You might silently offer it a message, not with words, but with feeling. A message that says, I see you. I am here with you. You don't have to hide anymore. Nothing you feel is wrong. I am not going to leave you. This is an act of profound self-reparenting. You are giving to yourself right now the unconditional, loving presence that you may not have received when you needed it most. You are letting the most vulnerable part of you know that it has finally found a home, right here inside of you. Just stay with that image, that feeling. The adult you, sitting peacefully, holding a space of pure safety for the child you, who is finally allowed to feel everything it feels, without any threat of judgment or abandonment. And as you hold this space for yourself, let this truth settle into your heart. It took so much courage for you to feel this, and you are so brave for being here with it now. Society teaches us to value strength, resilience, and stoicism. We are taught to praise people for overcoming their difficult emotions, but there is a deeper, quieter, and far more profound courage. It is the courage to be vulnerable, the courage to turn towards your own pain instead of away from it, the courage to sit in the fire of a difficult feeling without immediately reaching for an escape, the courage to stop pretending you are fine when you are not. What you are doing right now, lying here, breathing, and allowing this feeling to exist, is an act of immense bravery. It goes against all your conditioning, all your survival instincts. It is a radical act of self-love and trust. You are trusting that you are strong enough to feel this. You are trusting that your awareness is vast enough to hold this pain without being consumed by it. You are trusting that on the other side of this feeling is not annihilation, but release. You are trusting in the healing power of your own presence. So please, take a moment to honor yourself for this. Acknowledge the strength it has taken to get to this point. Acknowledge the bravery of this moment. You are not weak for feeling shame. You are incredibly strong for being willing to finally meet it with kindness. This great unclenching, this laying down of arms, is the work of a true warrior, a warrior of the heart. And the peace that follows this kind of battle is a peace that no external achievement can ever provide. It is the deep, abiding peace of coming home to yourself. Having created this safe, compassionate space within, we can now begin to actively invite release. We have stopped fighting, and now we can open the gates. The most simple, profound, and readily available tool we have for this is the breath. Your breath is the bridge between your mind and your body, between the conscious and the unconscious. It is the rhythm of life itself. and it has a powerful cleansing intelligence all its own. For so long, as we've discussed, you have been holding your breath against this feeling of shame, subtly tightening your body to stop the energy from moving. Tonight, we will use the breath to do the opposite. We will use it to create flow, to gently usher this stagnant energy out of your system. Let's begin with a simple, conscious intention. As you breathe in, I want you to imagine you are inhaling pure, unconditional compassion. You can visualize it as a warm, golden light, or just feel it as a quality of softness and kindness. This is not a breath you have to force or gasp for. It is a gentle, easy inhalation that says, I am willing to receive comfort. I am willing to be kind to myself. Feel this warm, compassionate breath entering your nostrils, filling your lungs, and then imagine it traveling directly to the places in your body where you feel the shame most acutely. Send it to that weight on your chest, to that knot in your stomach, to that heat in your face. Let this breath be a soothing balm, surrounding the tension, holding it in a cradle of warmth, not to force it out, but to let it know it is safe to soften. Now, the exhale. The exhale is the great letting go. As you breathe out, long, slow, and complete, imagine you are releasing the physical and emotional tension of hiding. With each exhale, you are letting go of a layer of armor. Imagine the tightness in your shoulders dissolving. Imagine the clenching in your jaw releasing. Imagine the knot in your stomach gently unwinding. You don't have to push the feeling out. Think of it more like opening a window in a stuffy room. You are simply creating an exit and allowing the stale air to leave on its own, in its own time. Inhale compassion. Exhale tension. Inhale acceptance. Exhale the effort of being perfect. Inhale kindness. Exhale the fear of judgment. There's no need to rush this process. Just fall into a slow, gentle rhythm. Your body knows how to do this. Your body knows how to release. You are simply getting out of its way and giving it permission. Every breath is a quiet revolution, a choice to meet yourself with gentleness instead of force. With every cycle, you are repatterning your nervous system, teaching it that it is safe to let go, safe to be at ease. To help with this process of release, let's use the powerful analogy of water. Emotions are very much like water. They are meant to be fluid, to move, to flow. When we resist them, we are essentially building a dam. The pent-up energy of the emotion builds and builds behind that dam, creating immense pressure, stagnation, and pain. Shame that is not allowed to be felt becomes toxic, like stagnant water. It festers in the darkness. But the moment we allow it to be felt, the moment we give it permission to exist, we are opening a small sluice gate in that dam. Imagine that this pent-up energy of shame within you is a reservoir that has been held back for a very long time. And with your breath, with your permission, you are now allowing it to form a river of release. At first, the flow might feel a little turbulent, a little messy. That's okay. Rivers are not always calm and neat. Allow this river of feeling to flow through you. Feel it moving from your chest, down your arms, and out through your fingertips. Feel it flowing from your stomach, down your legs, and out through the soles of your feet. You are not the river. You are the riverbed, the strong, stable, earthy presence that allows the water to flow without being washed away by it. You are providing the channel for this old, stagnant energy to finally move towards the sea. This river is cleansing. As it flows, it is picking up and washing away the residue of old hurts, old beliefs, old pains. It is cleaning out the corners of your being that have held this dust of unworthiness for so long. There is nothing you need to do but allow the flow. Trust in the wisdom of this process. Water always finds its way to the ocean, the great expanse of wholeness and return. Your emotions, when allowed to flow, will always find their way back to a state of peace and equilibrium. Let the tears come if they need to. Tears are the river overflowing its banks, a profound and beautiful form of physical release. Let the trembling come if it needs to. Trembling is the body's way of discharging a huge amount of stored nervous energy. Do not judge any of it. Just keep breathing, keep allowing, and trust that this river is carrying you not to a place of danger, but to a place of clarity, cleanliness, and calm. As this emotional energy begins to flow, let's consciously connect it to the release of that physical armor we identified earlier. The body and the emotions are inextricably linked. Releasing one helps release the other. So let's revisit those key areas of tension. Bring your awareness back to your jaw. With your next slow exhale, consciously let it go completely slack. Allow your mouth to fall open slightly if that feels comfortable. Feel the muscles in your cheeks and around your temples soften. Imagine all the unspoken words, all the swallowed anger, all the times you bit your tongue, just dissolving and flowing away with the river of your breath. Release the immense effort of self-censorship. Let this area be one of peace. Now, guide your awareness back to your shoulders. On your next exhale, feel them become even heavier, sinking even more deeply into the surface beneath you. Imagine the heavy coat of responsibility and self-criticism literally sliding off your shoulders and dissolving into the ground. Release the burden of trying to be everything to everyone. Release the weight of other people's expectations. Let your shoulders be wide, open, and free. Feel the space this creates around your heart, a space of vulnerability and openness. And finally, return your attention to your stomach, your center. Breathe directly into your belly. Let it be soft. For so many of us, especially those who carry shame, we hold our stomachs in constantly, a physical manifestation of trying to contain ourselves, to take up less space. Tonight, let it go. Let your belly be soft, round, and relaxed. As you exhale, release the deep, primal clenching that says, "I'm not safe." Let the muscles of your abdomen go completely limp. In this moment, in this bed, you are safe. You can let down your guard. The battle is over. You are allowing your entire body to go soft. Softness is not weakness. In this context, softness is an expression of immense trust and strength. It is the courage to be undefended. As you let your body become soft, you are sending the most powerful signal possible to your nervous system. The threat has passed. It is time to rest. It is time to heal. As this gentle release continues, as the river flows and the body softens, we are now ready to introduce a core shift in perspective. This is perhaps the most profound and liberating realization we can come to on this journey. It is the understanding that you are not the feeling of shame. You are not the storm of thoughts and sensations that passes through you. You are the vast, unchanging awareness that is noticing the feeling. You are the sky, not the storm. Let this idea settle. For your entire life, you have likely been identified with the feeling. When shame arose, your sense of I became completely fused with it. The thought was not, "I am feeling a sensation of shame," but "I am shameful." The distinction is monumental. When you believe you are the feeling, you are trapped inside of it. There is no space, no air, no perspective. You are at the mercy of its every whim, tossed about in its turbulent waves. But the moment you can shift to recognizing, I am the one who is aware of the shame, everything changes. You have moved from being in the center of the storm to standing on a calm, stable shoreline, watching the storm rage out at sea. The storm may still be powerful, the waves may be huge, but you are not in the water. You are safe on the shore. Your feet are on solid ground. Let's try to experience this directly. Right now, notice any lingering sensation of shame in your body. Perhaps it's a tightness in your chest. Now, ask yourself, who is it that is noticing this tightness? There is the tightness itself, and then there is the awareness of the tightness. Can you feel that separation? There is a part of you that is simply witnessing. This witnessing part of you is not tight. It is not heavy. It is not afraid. It is just aware. It is calm, neutral, and spacious. This is your true self. It is the silent, ever-present background of awareness against which all of your experiences, thoughts, feelings, sensations arise and pass away. Think about it this way. You have had thousands, perhaps millions of different thoughts and feelings throughout your life. Joy, sadness, anger, excitement, boredom. They have all come and gone. The feeling of excitement you had when you were 10 years old is not here right now. The feeling of sadness you had last year has passed. The thoughts you had this morning are gone. The experiences are constantly changing. But what is the one thing that has been constant throughout your entire life? The awareness that was noticing. All of it. The silent witness has always been here. That is the core of you. And it is completely untouched and unharmed by the content of your experiences. Just as a mirror is not stained by the reflections it shows, your awareness is not stained by the feelings that pass through it. Shame is just one more reflection, one more passing cloud. You are the vast, clear, unbreakable mirror. This practice of disidentification is not a form of spiritual bypassing or emotional avoidance. It's the opposite. It is what allows us to truly be with our feelings without being consumed by them. By creating this space between the observer and the observed, we can offer genuine compassion to the feeling. When you are fused with the shame, you can't be compassionate to it because you are it. But when you are the loving awareness noticing the shame, you can look upon that feeling as you would a small crying child. You can say, "Oh, I see you, little one. I see your pain. I can be here with you." You become the container, the safe space for the feeling to finally be held. Let's deepen this. Close your eyes, if they aren't already, and bring the feeling of shame to mind. Let yourself feel it, just for a moment. Now, in your mind's eye, take that feeling and place it gently in front of you. Imagine it has a shape, a color, a texture. Maybe it's a heavy, dark, spiky ball. Maybe it's a murky gray cloud. Just see it there, a few feet in front of you, floating in the space of your awareness. Now notice yourself. You are here, the one who is looking at this shape. The shape is there. You are here. There is space between you. In this space, there is peace. In this space, there is choice. You can now relate to this feeling instead of being controlled by it. You can send it a feeling of warmth, of kindness. You can breathe compassion into it. You can simply allow it to be there without needing it to change, knowing that it is not you. It is just a bundle of energy and memory that is passing through your awareness. Every time you do this, you are weakening the old habit of identification. You are building a new neural pathway in your brain, the pathway of the observer, the compassionate witness. This is a skill, and like any skill, it gets stronger with practice. In the beginning, you may only be able to find this space for a second or two before you get pulled back into the storm. That's perfectly fine. The goal is not to stay on the shore forever. The goal is to remember that the shore exists, so that even when you are tossed by a wave, a part of you remembers, ah, yes, there is a shore. I am not this wave. I can find my way back to the stability of my own awareness. This is the beginning of true freedom, the freedom not from feeling, but the freedom within feeling. Let's anchor this with an affirmation. Let it be a gentle reminder, a new truth that you can carry with you into sleep. Your awareness is a safe harbor, and this feeling is just a passing ship. Imagine your awareness as a vast, calm, deep harbor. It is protected from the open ocean by strong, ancient seawalls. It has existed for centuries, and it will exist for centuries more. The water inside the harbor is always relatively calm, regardless of the weather outside. Now and then, a ship sails into your harbor. Sometimes it's a bright, cheerful sailboat of joy. Sometimes it's a fast, powerful speedboat of excitement. And sometimes it's a heavy, old, rusty cargo ship, billowing dark smoke. This is the ship of shame. It pulls into the harbor, and it feels big, loud, and imposing. It blocks the sun. Its engines rumble and disturb the quiet water. In the past, when the ship arrived, you thought you were the ship. You thought your entire identity was this rusty, noisy, polluting vessel. You felt trapped, believing you had to sail away with it when it left, out into the stormy sea. But now you know the truth. You are not the ship. You are the harbor. You are the deep, calm water that holds the ship. You are the strong sea walls that provide the safety. Your job is not to fight the ship, or to try to sink it, or to pretend it's not there. Your job is simply to be the harbor, to allow the ship to be there, to dock for a while, knowing with absolute certainty that it is just visiting. All ships eventually leave the harbor. They have cargo to deliver elsewhere. They have other journeys to make. This ship of shame will also leave. It might stay for a few hours. It might stay for a day, but it cannot stay forever. It is not a permanent resident. It is transient. And while it is here, you can remain in your truth as the harbor. You can feel the disturbance its presence creates, but you are not disturbed. Your fundamental nature as the harbor remains peaceful, spacious, and strong. You provide the space for the ship to come, and you provide the space for it to go. You are the unwavering stillness that allows all the coming and going of life's experiences. You are the safe harbor. This feeling is just a passing ship. Rest in that knowing. Now that we have created some space, now that we recognize ourselves as the sky and not the storm, we can begin to do something very gentle and very radical. We can begin to speak truth to the lies. For years, the voice of shame has had a monopoly on your inner world. It has been the only voice broadcasting on the radio of your mind, repeating its painful, limiting messages over and over again. Tonight, we are not going to try to shout over that voice. We are not going to engage it in a loud, angry debate. That would be like trying to fight a storm with a sword. Instead, we are going to introduce a new, quieter, and far more resonant frequency. We are going to begin to whisper truth into the spaces we have created. This is not about forced positivity. It is not about standing in front of the mirror and shouting affirmations that you don't believe. That often creates more internal conflict because the shamed part of you just feels dismissed and misunderstood. This is a much softer approach. It is about gently and consistently introducing kinder, more believable truths and allowing them to coexist with the old stories. We are not trying to rip out the weeds of shame. We are planting new seeds of truth alongside them. And we are going to tend to these new seeds with our attention and our kindness until their roots grow strong enough to eventually, naturally, crowd out the weeds. Let's start with one of the core lies of shame. I am unworthy, or its close cousin, I am not enough. This lie has been running your life, making you strive, making you hide, making you feel like you have to earn your place in the world. The truth we are going to introduce is this: I am worthy of peace. Notice the gentleness of this statement. It's not a grandiose claim like I am perfect or I am the best. It is a simple, humble, and deeply believable truth. You are a living, breathing being. By virtue of your existence, you are worthy of peace. You are worthy of a quiet mind. You are worthy of a calm heart. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to achieve anything to deserve it. It is your birthright. So let's try it. As you breathe in, you can silently say to yourself, I am worthy. And as you breathe out, of peace. Just let those words be there. Don't worry if a part of you doesn't believe them yet. That's okay. The old voice of shame might pipe up and say, no, you're not. Just notice that. That's the old recording playing. You don't have to argue with it. Just let it be there, like background noise, and gently return your attention to the new, quiet truth. Inhale, I am worthy. Exhale, of peace. You are simply introducing a new possibility, a new frequency into your system. You are letting this kinder thought wash over you again and again. Now let's address another one of shame's most pervasive lies. I am fundamentally flawed, or something is wrong with me. This is the lie that makes you feel separate from others, like an imposter. It's the source of that deep, aching loneliness. The gentle truth we can introduce to counter this is, my existence is valid. Think about the profound simplicity of that statement. My existence is valid. It means you have a right to be here, exactly as you are. Your thoughts, your feelings, your quirks, your history, your dreams, they are all a valid part of the rich tapestry of this universe. You don't need to justify your presence on this planet. A tree doesn't have to justify its right to grow. A star doesn't have to earn its right to shine. You don't have to earn your right to exist. Your existence, in and of itself, is its own justification. It is valid. Again, let's connect this to the breath. As you inhale, you can silently say, my existence, and as you exhale, is valid. Feel the quiet authority in those words. This isn't an argument. It's a simple declaration of fact. The shame voice might scream about all your supposed flaws and mistakes. What about that time you failed? What about that awkward thing you said? Let those be clouds passing in the sky. Your existence is not contingent on your perfection. Your validity is not up for debate. It is a fundamental condition of your being here. Let that simple, grounding truth begin to settle in the very marrow of your bones. My existence is valid. There is a deep rest that comes from no longer having to audition for your own life. To help this process feel more natural, let's use an analogy. Imagine that the core lie of shame, I am flawed, is a huge, old, gnarled tree that has been growing in the garden of your mind for decades. Its roots run deep, and its branches cast a dark shadow over everything. For years, you've tried to chop it down, but it's too strong. You've tried to yell at it to go away, but it doesn't listen. It feels permanent and immovable. The process we are engaging in tonight is not about attacking that old tree. Instead, we are finding a small patch of soil nearby, a little clearing where some sunlight gets through. And in that small clearing, we are planting a tiny, delicate seedling. This seedling is a quiet, believable truth, like, I am worthy of peace. It's not loud, it's not flashy, it's just a tiny sprout. Our job is not to fight the old tree. Our job is to gently care for this new seedling. Each time you repeat the phrase, you are giving it a drop of water. Each time you connect it to your breath, you are making sure it gets a little bit of sunlight. You are tending to it with your gentle, consistent attention. For a long time, the old tree will still dominate the garden. Its shadow will still be long. But you just keep quietly, patiently watering your little seedling. Day by day, week by week, its roots will grow deeper. Its stem will grow stronger. It will start to push its own leaves up towards the sun. It won't happen overnight. But gradually, over time, your little seedling will grow into a strong, healthy plant. And eventually, it will become a tree in its own right, a tree of self-compassion and acceptance. Its own branches will spread, creating its own canopy of gentle, dappled light. You don't have to destroy the old tree. As the new tree of truth grows stronger and healthier, the old tree of shame will naturally begin to weaken. It will get less light, less nourishment from the soil, because your energy and attention are now focused on what you want to grow, not on what you want to destroy. This is the gentle, patient, and powerful way of transformation. We are not waging a war. We are planting a garden. And tonight, you have planted a precious new seed. And as you drift off to sleep, your subconscious mind will continue to water it for you, allowing its roots to sink deeper into the fertile soil of your being. As we rest in this space of growing truth, let's now journey even deeper. We've been working with the parts of you that have been wounded, the parts that have been carrying the weight of shame. But there is a part of you that has never been wounded. There is a core of you that has never been touched by shame, criticism, or fear. It is your innate essence, your quiet, unshakable resilience. It has been there all along, like the deep, silent bottom of the ocean, completely undisturbed by the storms raging on the surface. Tonight, our journey is to reconnect with this unbreakable core. Shame makes us forget this part of ourselves. It makes us believe that the surface-level turbulence is the whole story. We identify with the waves, with the chaos, and forget the vast, peaceful stillness that lies beneath. This core of you is not something you need to build or create. It is not something you achieve. It is something you remember. It is a returning to the truth of who you were before the world told you who you should be. This essence is your innate goodness, your capacity for love, your quiet strength, your creativity, your curiosity. It has been patiently waiting for you to turn your attention back towards it. Time 2.5s. So let's begin this process of remembering. Let your awareness drift back through the landscape of your life. But this time, we are not looking for evidence of your flaws. We are searching for the golden threads of your true nature. We are going to become gentle detectives, looking for clues of your own inherent goodness. Let's start with kindness. Can you remember a time, any time at all, when you were kind to someone or something without any expectation of reward? Perhaps it was a kind word you offered to a stranger. Maybe it was the gentleness with which you treated a pet. Perhaps it was the simple act of holding a door open for someone. It doesn't have to be a grand gesture. Just find one small, specific memory of your own kindness. Hold that memory in your mind. Don't just think about it. Feel it. Feel the warmth of that moment in your body. That kindness did not come from your shame. It did not come from your conditioning. It came from that deep, untouched core of you. That is a clue. It is a piece of evidence of your true nature. That kindness is an essential part of who you are, and it has never been damaged. It is there, right now, within you. Acknowledge it. Honor it. It is a part of your unshakable core. Now, let's look for another clue. Let's look for your resilience. Think about the things you have endured in your life. The heartbreaks, the disappointments, the losses, the struggles. You don't need to dwell on the pain of them. Instead, just for a moment, acknowledge the simple, miraculous fact that you are still here. You survived. You kept going. A part of you, deep within, found a way to take the next breath, to wake up the next morning, to keep putting one foot in front of the other, even when it felt impossible. What is that part of you? It is not your ego. It is not your personality. It is your life force, your indomitable spirit. It is the same force that pushes a blade of grass through a crack in the concrete, the same force that tells a tree to grow towards the light. This force within you is incredibly powerful, patient, and wise. It has carried you through every difficulty you have ever faced. Shame cannot touch this force. Fear cannot extinguish it. It is the unwavering flame of your own being. Feel that resilience in your body right now. It might be a quiet strength in your spine, a steady rhythm in your heart, a deep, slow current of peace in your belly. This is your unshakable core. It has been tested, yes, but it has never been broken. It cannot be broken. Take a moment to feel a sense of awe and respect for this incredible resilience that lives inside of you. It is more true, more real, and more powerful than any story of shame. And let's find one more clue tonight. Let's remember your capacity for love. This is not just about romantic love. It is about the love you feel for a beautiful piece of music, the awe you feel watching a sunset, the affection you feel for a friend, the deep connection you feel to a place in nature. Think of something or someone that you genuinely, freely love. Bring that feeling into your heart right now. Let the warmth of it, the expansiveness of it, fill your chest. That feeling of love, that capacity to connect and to care, is a direct expression of your essence. Shame tells you that you are separate and unworthy of connection. But this feeling of love is the undeniable truth that you are connection. You are made of the same stuff as the stars, the trees, the music you love. This ability to feel love is proof that your core is whole and undamaged. A broken thing cannot love. A flawed thing cannot feel awe. The fact that this feeling exists within you is the ultimate refutation of shame's lies. This love is your true nature. It is the very substance of your soul. It is your direct line to the heart of the universe. Rest in that feeling. Let it be your anchor. It is real. It is powerful. It is you. So let this affirmation sink deep into the soil of your being as you prepare for sleep. Beneath all the stories, there is a core of you that is whole, unbreakable, and pure. The stories are like dust and mud that have collected on the surface of a beautiful, flawless diamond. The shame, the self-criticism, the fear, they are just the dirt. For years, you have mistaken the dirt for the diamond itself. You have looked at your reflection and believed that you were dirty, that you were the mud. But the dirt can always be washed away. The diamond, however, can never be scratched. Its internal structure is perfect and strong. Its clarity is inherent. The stories are temporary. The feelings are temporary. The circumstances of your life are temporary. But the diamond of your true essence is eternal. It was whole and pure the day you were born, and it is whole and pure right now, in this moment, beneath all the noise. Your work is not to fix the diamond. It is perfect already. Your work is to gently, compassionately wash away the layers of dust and mud so that its own natural light can shine through once more. Every act of self-kindness is like a gentle rain washing away a layer of dust. Every moment of conscious breathing is like a soft cloth, polishing its surface. Every time you remember your own resilience, your own goodness, you are allowing its brilliance to be seen more clearly. So as you drift towards sleep, know that you are not this fragile, flawed character that shame has made you out to be. You are this incredible, resilient, unbreakable diamond. You are this deep, silent, peaceful ocean. You are this vast, clear sky. This is not just a nice idea or a pretty metaphor. This is the deepest truth of who you are. And by resting in this truth, you allow it to integrate into every cell of your being, healing you from the inside out, even as you sleep. Now that we have reconnected with that unbreakable, whole core of you, we can begin to bring its light, its warmth, to the parts of you that have been hurting. This is the practice of active self-compassion. For so long, you have likely been an expert at offering compassion to others. When a friend is struggling, you know just what to say. You offer them warmth, reassurance, and a non-judgmental ear. You tell them that it's okay to feel what they're feeling, that they are not alone, that they have the strength to get through it. You would never dream of speaking to a suffering friend with the same harsh, critical voice you so often use on yourself. Tonight, we are going to turn that beautiful, natural gift of compassion inward. We are going to offer yourself the same warmth and kindness you would offer a beloved friend, or perhaps even more powerfully, a small, frightened child. The shamed part of you is like a small child living inside. A child who feels lost, scared, and alone. A child who believes it is fundamentally bad. A critical inner voice is the very last thing this child needs. What it needs, what it has always needed, is warmth. It needs to be held. It needs to be told that it is loved, not in spite of its perceived flaws, but completely, with all of its messy human feelings included. And you, as the wise, grounded, adult self who is connected to that unbreakable core, are the only one who can truly give this child what it needs. You are the parent it has always been waiting for. So, let's make this a physical practice. I invite you to place a hand gently over your heart, or perhaps one hand on your heart and one on your belly. Feel the physical warmth of your own touch. This is not an empty gesture. Your body's nervous system responds powerfully to physical touch. A gentle, loving touch releases oxytocin, the hormone of safety, connection, and comfort. You are, in this moment, physically signaling to your body that it is safe, that it is cared for. Feel the gentle pressure of your hand, the warmth seeping through your clothes and into your skin. Let your touch be incredibly tender, as if you were comforting a newborn baby. There is no agenda here other than to offer simple, unconditional warmth. Breathe into your own touch. Feel your chest or your belly rise and fall beneath your hand. You are quite literally holding yourself. You are being your own refuge. Now, with your hand on your heart, let's begin to visualize a warm, golden light of compassion. Imagine this light originating from that deep, unbreakable core of you. See it as the light of the diamond we spoke of, the warmth of your own true essence. This light is the pure energy of love, acceptance, and kindness. With each breath, imagine this light beginning to glow more brightly from the center of your chest, right beneath your hand. It's a soft, gentle, honey-colored light. Now, on your exhale, allow this warm, golden light to expand. Imagine it slowly, gently, filling your entire chest cavity. Let it flow into the places where you feel that physical weight or tightness of shame. Imagine this light not as a force that pushes the darkness away, but as a warmth that gently melts it. Like holding a piece of ice in your warm hand. The tension and coldness of shame cannot help but soften and dissolve in the presence of this unconditional warmth. This light doesn't judge the darkness. It doesn't command it to leave. It simply surrounds it, infuses it, and transforms it with its gentle, persistent heat. Continue to breathe, and with each exhale, allow this light to spread further. Let it flow down into your stomach, into that place of knots and anxiety. Imagine it bathing your entire solar plexus in a feeling of deep safety and ease. Let it untie the knots, not by pulling at them, but by softening them from the inside out. Let this light then flow up your neck and into your head. Let it fill your mind, quieting the critical voices, bathing your brain in a frequency of peace. Imagine it soothing the neural pathways that have been worn down by anxiety and self-criticism. Let it flow down your arms to your fingertips and down your legs to the soles of your feet until your entire body is filled with and surrounded by this shimmering, golden light of self-compassion. You are floating in an ocean of your own kindness. There is no part of you left out. Every cell, every atom of your being is being held in this loving embrace. Rest here for a moment. There is nothing to do but soak in this warmth, to receive your own care. This is a profound act of healing. You are rewiring your system to understand that you are your own source of comfort, your own source of safety. And as you rest in this field of warm light, let this final affirmation for this part of our journey be your guide. It is simple and it is profoundly true. You deserve your own kindness more than anyone. Let that really land, more than anyone. Why? Because you are the only person who is with you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You are the only one who hears every single one of your thoughts. You are the one who is there in the darkest hours of the night when no one else is around. You are the sole inhabitant of your inner world. If that inner world is a place of harshness, criticism, and judgment, then your life becomes a prison. But if that inner world can become a place of warmth, kindness, and gentle encouragement, your life becomes a sanctuary, a home base from which you can navigate all the challenges of the external world. Offering kindness to yourself is not selfish. It is the most generous act you can perform, because it is only from a place of inner fullness that you can genuinely give to others without depleting yourself. You cannot pour from an empty cup. For years, You have been trying to give to others from a cup that was cracked and empty, all while berating yourself for not having more to give. Tonight, we stop. We put down the cups of others, just for a while, and we focus entirely on filling our own. This golden light of compassion is the water, the nectar, that will fill your cup to overflowing. You deserve this kindness because of the burdens you have carried in silence. You deserve it because of the resilience you have shown. You deserve it because of the courage it takes just to be a sensitive human being in this often difficult world. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to be perfect to receive it. You only have to be willing to open to it. And that is what you are doing right now. By placing your hand on your heart, by breathing, by visualizing this light, you are signaling your willingness. You are saying yes to your own healing. You are saying yes to your own worth. You are saying yes to the deepest truth of you, which is love. So let yourself receive it. Drink it in. You are so worthy of this peace. And so, as we begin to draw the more active part of our inner journey to a close for tonight, let's take a moment to honor the path we have traveled together in this space. It has been a significant journey, taken not across miles, but through the deep and intricate landscapes of your own inner world. Let's just gently trace our steps, not to analyze, but to acknowledge. We began by simply noticing the quiet ache of being you, the exhaustion of wearing that invisible armor. We then bravely turned our attention towards the physical weight on your chest, the tightness in your body, acknowledging the sheer effort of carrying it all. From there, we listened, without judgment, to the old recorded voices in the shadows, the whispers of not enough and too much. We then zoomed out, finding comfort in the realization that this is a shared human story, that you are not alone, and that this feeling is not a sign of being broken, but a sign of being human. We uncovered the profound truth that this heavy coat was never yours to carry. It was given to you, a survival strategy that has now outlived its purpose. This understanding led us to the great unclenching, the radical act of granting yourself permission to feel, creating a safe sanctuary within for the most vulnerable parts of you. We used the breath and the image of a flowing river to invite a cleansing release, letting the body go soft and undefended. Then came the pivotal shift, the realization that you are the sky, not the storm, the harbor, not the passing ship. This space allowed us to gently begin speaking truth to the lies, planting new, quiet seeds of worthiness. We reconnected with the unbreakable diamond core of you that has never been touched by shame, remembering your own kindness, resilience, and capacity for love. And finally, we bathed ourselves in the warm, golden light of self-compassion, learning to offer ourselves the same kindness we so freely give to others. Take a full, deep breath and just acknowledge all of that. This was not a passive experience. By bringing your awareness to each of these steps, you have actively participated in your own healing. You have shown up for yourself in a way that is incredibly profound. Honor the courage and willingness that this required. This journey is a testament to your deep desire for peace and wholeness. It is a sacred act of self-love. Let a feeling of gentle accomplishment, of quiet pride, settle in your heart. You have done beautiful, important work here tonight. And now, as you lie here, floating in this peaceful, warm afterglow, you have a choice. We have spent this time together exploring two very different stories. The first is the old story, the one written by shame. It's a story of lack, of being flawed, of needing to hide and strive for worthiness. Its pages are heavy, its ink is dark, and its ending is one of perpetual exhaustion and loneliness. The second is the new story, the one we have been uncovering and weaving together tonight. It's a story written by compassion and truth. It's a story of innate worthiness, of resilience, of a core that is unbreakable. It speaks of you as the sky, as the harbor, as a being deserving of peace. Its pages are light, its ink is luminous, and its ending is one of ever-unfolding peace and self-acceptance. As you prepare to drift into sleep, you can consciously choose which story you want to be the one that settles into your being. You can choose which narrative you want your subconscious mind to work with as you rest and restore. The old story will likely still be there, trying to make its voice heard. That's okay. We don't need to banish it. We simply choose to turn our attention, gently but firmly, toward the new one. You can make a quiet, clear intention in your mind. Something like, tonight, as I sleep, I choose to let the story of my worthiness be the one that takes root in me. I choose to marinate in the truth of my own goodness. This is a powerful act of conscious creation. You are no longer a passive recipient of the old negative programming. You are now an active author of your own inner reality. You are choosing the lens through which your mind will view you. Imagine these new truths. I am worthy of peace. My existence is valid. I am the compassionate observer. My core is unbreakable. As gentle lullabies you are singing to yourself. Let these be the last, resonant thoughts that echo in your mind as you fall asleep. By doing this, you are telling your entire system, your brain, your nervous system, every cell in your body, that a new chapter has begun. You are setting the stage for a different kind of morning, a different kind of day, one that is informed not by the heavy weight of the old story, but by the gentle lightness of the new one. It is also so important to hold this entire process with gentleness and realism. Healing is not a linear event. It is a spiral, a process. Tonight was a powerful, essential, and deeply meaningful step on your journey. It was not, however, a magic wand that will make all the feelings of shame disappear forever. There will be days when the old story feels very loud again. There will be moments when the heavy coat feels like it has been thrown back on your shoulders. And when that happens, please know that is not a sign of failure. It is a sign that you are human, and that deep conditioning takes time to unwind. The goal is not to never feel shame again. The goal is to change your relationship with it when it arises. The goal is that next time it appears, you will recognize it more quickly. You will remember, this is the old story. This is the heavy coat. You will remember that you have a choice. You can remember to breathe, to put a hand on your heart, to connect with the truth that you are the sky and not the storm. Each time you do this, you strengthen the new pathways. Each time you meet the old feeling with a new response of compassion instead of resistance, you are healing. Tonight, you have learned and practiced a whole new way of being with yourself. You have given yourself a set of inner tools that you can return to again and again. So there is no pressure to be perfect. There is no pass or fail test tomorrow morning. There is only the gentle invitation to continue this practice of kindness, one moment, one breath at a time. And what you have done tonight has made that practice so much more accessible, so much more possible. You have fundamentally altered your inner landscape in the most beautiful way. Trust in the process. Trust in the work you have done. It is enough. You are enough. And now, the time for active work is done. You can let it all go. Release the need to hold on to any of these concepts, any of these images. Release the effort of trying to feel a certain way. You have guided your ship into the harbor for the night. Now you can drop the anchor and let the gentle tides of sleep take over. Your conscious mind has done its beautiful part, steering you with intention and courage towards this place of peace. Now it is time to hand the process over to a deeper intelligence, the vast, wise, and mysterious world of your subconscious mind. Think of your conscious mind as the gardener who has spent the evening preparing the soil and planting new seeds. And think of your subconscious mind as the deep, fertile earth itself, and sleep as the gentle, nourishing rain that falls throughout the night. The gardener's work is finished for the day. They do not need to stay up all night, anxiously watching the seeds, trying to force them to grow. That would be counterproductive. The gardener's wisdom lies in trusting the natural process. They know that in the darkness, in the quiet, in the state of rest, the true magic happens. The seeds will absorb the water. They will begin to germinate, and their roots will invisibly, silently, and powerfully begin to spread downwards, anchoring themselves in this new truth. This is the gift you are giving yourself now. You are letting go of control, and in doing so, you are allowing a much deeper, more intelligent process of integration to occur. Your subconscious mind has been listening to this entire journey. It has absorbed the feelings of safety, the messages of worthiness, the frequency of compassion. And during your sleep, it will go to work, weaving these new threads into the very fabric of your being. It will be pruning old, tangled neural pathways of self-criticism and nurturing the new, delicate pathways of self-acceptance. It will be sorting and filing the experiences of the day through this new, more compassionate lens. You don't have to consciously direct any of this. Your only job now is to surrender to rest, to trust in the profound, healing intelligence of your own mind and body during sleep. Sleep is not just a passive void. It is an active, vital state of profound healing, restoration, and integration. And tonight, you have given your system the most beautiful, healing material to work with. So, let's set a very gentle, effortless intention for the morning. There's no need to grasp for it or strive for it. It's more like placing a gentle request into the universe of your own mind. The intention is simply to wake up feeling even a tiny bit lighter. That's all. A little more free. We are not asking for a miraculous, overnight transformation into a completely different person. We are simply inviting a subtle shift. Perhaps you will wake up, and the familiar morning anxiety will be 5% less intense. Perhaps you will look in the mirror, and the voice of the inner critic will be just a little bit quieter. Perhaps you will go about your day and find a moment where you are able to catch yourself and choose a compassionate response instead of a habitual, harsh one. Look for the small things. The healing we have invited tonight often shows up not in a thunderclap, but in a quiet whisper. It shows up as a little more space between a trigger and your reaction. It shows up as a slightly longer, deeper breath when you feel stressed. It shows up as a moment of remembering to put a hand on your heart. These small, subtle shifts are the evidence that the seeds you have planted are beginning to sprout. So release any expectation of a dramatic change and instead cultivate a sense of gentle curiosity about what small positive differences you might notice tomorrow. This takes all the pressure off. There's nothing you have to prove. There's no test to pass. You are simply opening up to the possibility of feeling a little better, a little lighter, a little more like your true self. Let this gentle intention be the very last, softest whisper you offer to your sleeping mind, and then let it go completely. To fully let go now, let's use our final analogy of the night. Imagine that all the insights, all the feelings of peace and warmth, all the new truths you've connected with are like tiny, precious seeds of light. Throughout our journey, you have been gathering these seeds in your hands. Now, as you stand at the edge of sleep, you see before you the most beautiful, fertile, and welcoming garden imaginable. This is the garden of your deep, subconscious mind. The soil is dark, rich, and full of life. Gently, without any effort, you are now going to tuck these seeds into that warm, dark soil. One by one, release them. Release the seed of I am the sky and let it settle into the earth. Release the seed of I am worthy of peace and let it find its home. Release the seed of my core is unbreakable and gently cover it with this rich, dark soil. Release the seed of I am my own safe harbor. You are not throwing them away. You are entrusting them to a power greater than your conscious effort. You are giving them to the deep, feminine, nurturing wisdom of the earth, of the night, of your own soul. The soil knows exactly what to do. The darkness knows how to nurture new life. Your only job is to release the seeds into their care. You can now walk away from the garden, confident and peaceful, knowing that the work for today is complete. You can trust that the forces of nature, the forces of your own deep psyche, will tend to these seeds throughout the night. You can trust that when you return in the morning, even if you can't see them yet, the sprouts will be there, just beneath the surface, preparing to push their way into the light. This is the great trust of the gardener, the great surrender to the natural cycles of growth and rest. You have done your part. Now, you can let the silence and the darkness do theirs. There is nothing more for you to figure out tonight, nothing more to solve. You are free to simply rest. And now, it is time to release everything. Let go of all conscious thought. Let go of the story we have woven together tonight. Let go of the intention. Let go of the effort to relax. The time for doing is over, and the time for simply being has arrived. Your mind has been a faithful companion on this journey, but its work is now complete. Give it permission to rest, to go off duty for the night. If thoughts arise, as they naturally will, see them not as problems to be solved, but as gentle clouds drifting across the vast, peaceful sky of your mind. You don't need to board them. You don't need to follow them. Simply notice them and let them drift on by, always returning your awareness to the simple sensation of your breath or the feeling of heaviness in your body. Release the day that has passed, all of its conversations, its tasks, its worries, its small joys. It is complete. It is over. There is nothing you can do now to change it, and nothing you need to do to prepare for it. It exists only as a memory. Let it dissolve like mist in the quiet of this room. Let go of any planning or rehearsing for tomorrow. Tomorrow will take care of itself. It is not here yet, and it does not need your attention right now. Your only responsibility in this moment is to surrender to the deep, healing pull of rest. Release the need to figure anything else out. Release the need to understand your life, to solve your problems, to heal yourself. You have done enough. The healing is happening now on a level far deeper than conscious thought. Your only task is to allow it, to get out of its way. Surrender. Let go. Dissolve. We will now move through the body one last time, not to analyze or change anything, but simply to invite an even deeper layer of relaxation and release. This is a full body scan of deep letting go. Bring your awareness all the way down to the tips of your toes. Feel them, and then simply give them permission to soften, to let go of any tension. Imagine them becoming completely limp, completely at ease. Allow this feeling of deep, heavy softness to spread up into the soles of your feet, your heels, your ankles. Your feet have carried you all day. They have done their job. Now, they can completely rest, heavy and warm. Let this wave of deep relaxation flow up into your calves and your shins. Feel the muscles releasing their grip, letting go completely. Let it move into your knees, front and back, dissolving any tension there. And now, allow this heavy, warm feeling to soak into your thighs, your hamstrings, your quadriceps. These are some of the largest muscles in your body. Let them go completely. Feel the full weight of your legs sinking deeply into the surface beneath you. Your legs are now profoundly heavy, profoundly relaxed. Now bring your awareness to your hips, your pelvis, and your lower back. This is an area where we hold so much deep-seated tension. On your next exhale, just let it all go. Imagine the muscles of your lower back spreading out, becoming wider, softer. Let your hips feel heavy and open, sinking down into the mattress. Release the clenching in your glutes. Let this whole area become a pool of warm, heavy relaxation. Let the wave of softness continue to flow up your spine, vertebra by vertebra, dissolving any remaining tension. Feel it spreading across your stomach and into your chest. Your entire torso is now soft, heavy, and deeply at peace. Allow this peaceful sensation to flow down your shoulders, which are already so soft. Let it drift down your arms, through your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, and into your hands. Let your hands be completely limp. Allow your fingers to curl naturally. Your arms and hands feel so wonderfully heavy, so deeply rested. Let the relaxation flow up into your neck, releasing the muscles that hold up your head all day. Let your head feel heavy on the pillow. And finally, let this softness permeate your entire face. Let your jaw be completely slack. Let your lips part slightly. Let your cheeks be soft. Let the tiny muscles around your eyes release. Let your eyelids be heavy, resting gently. Let your forehead become smooth, wide, and calm. Your entire body, from the tips of your toes to the crown of your head, is now in a state of profound rest, heavy, calm, and completely at ease, sinking deeper and deeper into softness and support. The mind is now quiet. The body is heavy and peaceful. You are ready for rest. You are floating in a gentle, warm ocean of tranquility. The waves are slow and rhythmic, rocking you gently. The sound is hushed. The light is dim. There are no demands here. There are no expectations. There is only the deep, profound peace of simply being. You are safe. You are held. There is nothing to fear. The work of the day is done. The work of the night is done. Now comes the gift of sleep, the gift of forgetting, the gift of deep cellular restoration. Feel yourself on the edge now, the edge between wakefulness and sleep. It is a pleasant place to be, a gentle, hazy, in-between state. you can feel the gentle pull of sleep, like a slow, irresistible tide drawing you out to a vast sea of calm. Do not resist this pull. Welcome it. It is your friend. It is the healing your body and soul have been longing for. Allow yourself to drift. Allow yourself to dissolve. You are letting go of the shoreline of the waking world and allowing yourself to be carried out into the deep, dark, peaceful ocean of sleep. Every breath now takes you further away from the shore, further out into the calm, quiet depths. The details of the day fade away. The thoughts become slower, more fragmented, and then they are gone. There is only the feeling of floating, drifting, sinking into a deep, peaceful, and utterly restorative sleep. You are safe. You are ready. Sleep is coming for you now. The mind is quiet. The body is still. There's only the gentle rhythm of your breath. Slow, easy tide, rising and falling. Each breath is a wave, washing away what is left of the day, carrying you further and further from the shore of thinking, out into the deep, silent, peaceful sea of sleep. You are floating now in a vast, warm, dark ocean of peace. The water holds you completely. There is no effort, no need to swim, only to surrender, to be held. This is the great stillness, the sacred dark, where healing happens, where the soul rests and restores its light. The stars are beginning to appear in the deep water above you. Soft, distant, gentle lights. They're not judging. They're simply witnessing. They've seen it all before. They've watched oceans of souls, just like you, find their way back to rest. You are part of an ancient, beautiful rhythm. The rhythm of letting go and being renewed. There's nothing you need to understand now. Nothing to solve. Questions can wait. For tonight, peace is the only answer. It is already here. It is in the space between your thoughts. It is in the weight of your limbs. It is in the silence of the room. Sleep is coming now. A natural tide, pulling you out to a sea of calm. It is a gentle friend, come to take your hand. Let it lead you into the quiet lands of dreaming, where your mind can be free, where your heart can be light. You have done so well. You have done enough for today. Rest now. You're safe. You're whole. You are worthy of this deep, healing rest. Sleep now. Sleep.